Welcome back to Scoreline. My name is Robinson Okenya. The first part of the show, we were talking about grassroots rugby sevens, that is Meta sevens, that will be taking place on the 16th of September here in Nairobi at the Impala Club. But now this part of the show, of course, we'll be taking a look at what to expect in the English Premier League matches that have been lined up for the day. But before that, in this week's episode of Women in Sports, Ivy Terry speaks to Knight Lugalia, former Harambee Starlets player who started her football journey in 1993. She has played for Meniscus Women, Ministry of Culture and Social Services, Macolandas, among others. She also played for the national team friendly match from 1994. This is her story.
Welcome to yet another segment of Women in Sports on Scoreline, and today I'm joined by an amazing sportswoman. She played for Harambee Starlets in the 90s. Her name is Knight Lugalia, and I'll just let her introduce herself. Knight, karibu sana kwa Scoreline. Please introduce yourself.
My name's Knight Lugalia. I'm an ex-international footballer, and now I'm venturing into coaching and match assessing.
How was it? How can you talk about football then and now? How is it? Has anything changed? Are the structures still the same? Please tell us about it.
Football by then was, it was not really taken seriously like now. Because during our time, we had a lot of difficulties when we were playing, and even when we were chosen to take part in the national team. It is not the same as now, because by then we never went to the camps. We were just training and then going back home. But for now, I can see the federation has really taken it up. The girls are taken to the camp, and there is a lot of goodies for them.
When did you stop playing and now you decided to now be a coach and also a match assessor?
I stopped playing in the year 2000 due to injuries. So when I stopped playing, I ventured into coaching. I went for my coaching classes, and after that I decided to join the refereeing. I was a referee. So when I retired, I decided to join the referees department by joining the match commissioners when it was time for me to keep up in sports.
Knight, you've been here for a long time. Yeah. And I think you're the right person for me to just ask these questions. Do you think there's really space for women in sports administration and management?
What I can say is that to do with sports, it's all about passion. And then you find in leadership, it's a high time for the women and the ladies to come up, because when we don't take charge, the men will dominate our sports. So it's all about passion, and when we are ready to do that, we are going to outnumber the men.
But do you think there is space currently? Is there space for women, maybe in leadership, sports leadership, sports and sports management? Is there space, or the men are still overpowering us?
The men are still overpowering us. Yeah, the women are too. There are not many. Yeah, that's all I can say.
Do you think women are intimidated by men?
Not really. It's just a matter of women coming to sports, because if we don't take charge, what I can say is that when the women don't want to come up to sports, the men will always dominate, because you find it's all about interest and passion. Yeah.
What are some of the challenges you faced as a coach? First of all, as a former player, you are a player first, Harambee Starlet player,
yes,
and now as a coach. Throughout your journey, what are some of the challenges you faced, and why are you still here as Knight? Why have you not given up? What is your motivation? What drives you to not give up?
During our time, when we were playing, we didn't have allowances, equipments, and when it was time for movement, we had to cater for our own transportation. Now, why I've not left the football department is because I have passion, and I need to pass my talents to the upcoming players. That's why I'm still there, and I'll still be there, because we got the talents for free, And then it's a matter of bringing up these kids so that we can have a better football family some years to come.
And what do you think is ailing Kenyan football currently, just from a FIFA suspension that even led to Harambee Starlets not qualifying for the World Cup? So what do you think is the problem now in Kenyan football as a whole, not just women in sport, but Kenyan football?
What I can say is that when we were banned, it really took the country down. And you see, we missed so many qualification matches, which affected the country at large. And you can also remember when we got the ban, our FIFA referees were not able to go and participate in the games that were outside, the Olympics and the CAF, and even the AFCON. So with that, it really drained the country down, even with the performance of the teams, because most of the teams could not go out and participate because they were only allowed to play in the local football in the country.
And how do you think sports can be managed well in the country, and how can more ladies join women sports leadership?
It's just a matter of having these courses. Some years back, we had the women. The federation was organizing training courses for women, and I think with that, many women will come up and join the sports. Other than that, they should. My keyword is passion. They should always have passion for the sports. Yes.
In the just concluded FIFA Women World Cup, 3 African countries qualified for the first time in history. What is your take? Well, what was your take on their performance? And do you think Harambee Starlets would have qualified were it not for the FIFA suspension?
What I can say, for the 3 African countries that qualified, that was a plus to Africa, because in fact it's a record. They've never reached such a stage. And then for our Harambee Starlets, we just need to work hard and put more effort, and the federation should also try and up their games by putting so many friendlies. They go play outside. They can even go and camp outside, the way the other teams are doing, and then we can do it.
You're a match assessor, but mainly you major on the men's side. How is it? How do you do it? How does it feel to just assess on this other side and not the other side of women?
So I officiate in the men's side, and also we have the Women Premier League. I'm also the assessor there. So I'm in both, not just men. Yeah, we do both. There is no big difference. Yeah, there's no big difference. It's the same. But you find in men, it's a bit higher than the Women League. Yes.
Are the structures the same?
Yes, the structures are the same. When you're officiating both in any men or women, nothing is different. We just stick to the rules of the game.
And now you as a coach, talk to us about the team that you coach back home now.
I coach a team in Nakuru, a Fra stadium that is called TOMOK, which stands for the Ministers of Work of Christ. Yeah, I started coaching this team in the way back in the year 2005, and I'm still coaching with them. And in fact, I'm happy to say we have some of the players, in fact 2 of the players who are playing in the Kenya Premier League, and that's a plus to us. So I decided to, after quitting football more than 23 years ago, I decided now it was time to nurture talent, and we want to see our country in future going to the World Cup. The only thing that can happen is when we start from down, we start from the grassroots, that's when we're going to get better players. So we are training both men and both girls and boys. Yeah, and my team also plays in the county league. Currently we are number 3. It's only the boys. So for the ladies team, it's slightly a challenge, because you find many parents don't release their girls to come to the field of play. But so far we have about 10 under 13, and in future we are going to have a very strong team for the ladies, and we wish and hope with time they're also going to participate in the Premier League from Nakuru.
Lastly, speak to women outside there, women in sports who are planning to join sports, who are currently in sports and maybe they're being frustrated or anything, those who are planning to give up. Speak to them as a former Harambee Starlets player, someone who has been here for a while and you've not given up.
What I can say to our ladies out there, football is not a man's game. Anybody can do it. And it's just a matter of up, get to the game, go for the training courses, attain any clinic that is around. You can even start a ladies team or any small team. You begin from there, and then with time you'll find in the country we are going to have so many players, young and very young, who are going to be part of the team that is going to represent us. So never give up. We never lost hope. In fact, some of my other players we played with are busy in their training other teams. Some are coaches, some are doing other managements in sports. So never give up, because if we gave up, the ladies team would never have been there. And then it was just a matter of struggle when we were playing, because it was not easy for us. And what we did is we never lost hope. And then what we did, it was just a matter of making a foundation for the ladies team that is still up to date.
Well, that is how we wrap it up for today's segment. Be sure to join us next Sunday. My name is Ivy Terry, and I'll see you on the next.
Ivy Terry right there on women in sports. Now,